Hey photographers, ever worried about raising your prices because you're sure that your clients will choose someone else? Trust me, you're not alone. And that's where trust comes in. If you missed my talk at Imaging 2024, I shared that customers are more than 90% more likely to choose photographers they trust over cheaper ones. And get this, they're even willing to pay up to 39.4% higher price if they trust you. At your conference, I'll explain why customers are willing to pay more for trust. I will break a few myths along the way, and I will give you actionable tips that you can actually use tomorrow. We will have research stats, stories, and laughs even before I get on stage. So join us. Let's kick the imposter syndrome to the curb and help you raise your prices and get more loyal customers who will also recommend you to others. See you there.
She said I'm loud. I am. Okay, what I'm going to ask you to do is, let's do something. It's already 10 a.m., so you can do it. I'm going to ask you, if you can, please stand up. Stand up, hold two hands to your mouth, just like that. And I'm going to ask you to shout a word. Not yet. My specific dear friend email comes from the White House. How do I know it's the White House? Because it actually has the logo of the White House. It says, "Dear friend, I know that as small business owners, one of the things that scares you the most is asking too much. Asking for too much, too high of a price." So now the question is, do Americans really believe that you get what you paid for? That if you were actually asking a higher price, you're actually delivering a higher value? 61% agree with that statement, that you get what you paid for. When you're asking for less, they believe they're getting less. You're not asking for less because you believe you're giving less. You're asking for less because maybe you lack the confidence. Maybe it feels awkward to ask for that much. 61% of your customers believe that they're going to get less because you're asking for less. What if you asked for 10% more? What if your price was 10% higher? 98.2%. Trust preference is what I call when everything else is being equal, including your price, you will choose the trustworthy person. That's trust preference. The second term is trust premium. Everything else being equal, the quality, the product, what you're delivering, the value, not the price, excluding the price, how much will they be willing to pay? What premium will they be willing to pay you because you're trustworthy? And then I hit the transmit button, and as soon as I hit the transmit button, I went, "San Jose Tower, Cherokee 3016 Tango is ready to go at 31 right." I do have a pilot's voice, but I could have just said, "San Jose Tower, Cherokee 3016 Tango is ready to go at 31 right." But no, I had to show them that I'm the coolest, meanest, baddest pilot around here. Do not mess with me. And I could only do that with the tone of voice. Number 7, I promised you 7. People buy based on perceived price and value. They're going to remain loyal. You want return customers? They're the easiest ones to get, the ones that are happy. Loyal customers come back and recommend you transferable trust because of the actual price and value and how they relate to the perceived. Cold calls don't work. They don't work anymore. I don't get business by calling people. I get business by people calling me, by people already knowing me. The only differentiator that you can have today is trust. Now, you're thinking, wait, what about if I'm a better photographer? That's competence, that's part of trust. They trust you're going to do a good job. But it's not because you're a better photographer. People buy from people they trust, but they're also willing to pay a premium because they understand that we get what we paid for. They stay loyal and they recommend you to others because they trust you.
The answer to these two questions will have the biggest impact on your professional and personal success or failure. Can I trust you? And can you trust me? A trustworthy salesperson selling against an untrustworthy salesperson will get the business 100% of the time.
Expert on trust and the author of The Book of Trust.
He's good. He knows what he's talking about. He's an expert in the subject.
Spoke to audiences from 2 to 2,000 people.
He literally wrote The Book of Trust.
10% of what you hear is true. 100% is true in perception.
61% of people believe that trustworthiness is the most important quality.
You will not survive without trust. You trust your credit card companies. You trust your pilot. You trust your doctor. You trust your friends. And you trust the soldier standing next to you.
I'm dealing with trust issues.
14.3% of people working in companies with more than 100 employees said that they don't have a single person that they can trust.
It's your willingness to ask stupid questions and suggest stupid ideas and not worry about what I'm going to tell others about your ideas.
I gotta tell you, it was a powerful talk.
Professor of Entrepreneurship, TED speaker, pilot, and former member of the Israeli Defense Force's 35th Airborne.
He's unbelievable.
Focusing on performance, innovation, productivity is like building a house starting at the top floor. You have to start at the foundation. Trust is the foundation of everything.
Created the 8 laws of trust and 6 components of trustworthiness. His keynotes, workshops, and virtual sessions are highly engaging and interactive. His clients describe them as transformative.
A lot of ideas in there that really you can take to heart.
For me, it was a home run.
Keynote, workshop, and virtual speaker, Dr. Yoram Solomon.
Well researched and very practical.
You gotta see this guy.